Okay, how are you, Laura?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Today we're gonna talk about the family as American culture, our family in American culture, and I want to ask you some of question about that. Okay, the first question: do Americans still believe in and value marriage?
I would say yes, that Americans do still believe in and value marriage. I'm perhaps a little biased because I'm getting married in October.
Yeah.
So
Congratulations.
thank you. So I definitely still believe in and value marriage. Yeah.
Okay, we will move to the another question. Why do many people in America get divorced?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I don't know why so many people in America get divorced. I think part of it is perhaps that many Americans get married young.
Yeah.
Especially in the South, there's a bit of a cultural perception of getting married young. And so many people, when both parties are quite young, they get married, perhaps before they're ready, perhaps before they know the other person really well, or even themselves very well. And so maybe a couple of years down the line, they realize they shouldn't have gotten married so young, and so they get divorced. I think part of it is that in American culture and society, it's not, divorce is not frowned upon so much. It's not blasphemous to get divorced. It's not seen as a hugely non-religious, terrible thing, and so it's kind of no big deal to get divorced, so it's easy to do that. America has a lot of different religions, but it's not an overly religious country, I would say. And so for people to get married and divorced, it's this kind of no big deal thing. So maybe that's part of it too.
Okay, the next question: how do Americans take care of their elderly?
Elderly?
Yeah.
I think many Americans take care of their elderly to a point. At least from what I've seen, many Americans will take care of their parents by visiting their homes, helping them prepare food, driving them to different appointments or things that they need to get to. But then there's usually a point in American culture where that elderly person is moved from their own home and their own living space to what we call an assisted living home, where they live with other elderly people, and it is somebody else's job to take care of them. But that's seen as taking care of the elderly. It's putting them in professional care rather than taking care of them ourselves.
Okay, what kinds of family bonds or obligations do they have?
I think Americans, what kind of family bonds or obligations do we have? I think there's an emphasis on the value of family and putting family first, and whether that's supporting your spouse, your children, your parents. I think there's that obligation of, I do what is best for my family before what is best for me. What is best for my family is best for me, and so there's kind of that mentality. I think the biggest bond in America is doing what is best for your children first. I think that is the priority bond. Do things for your children, and then maybe your spouse, and then parents and extended family. I think America is very much the family unit that we focus on is the immediate family, spouse and children. Extended family, I think, often is kind of the second tier. The grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, grandchildren, nieces, nephews. The obligation is on your immediate family.
Okay. Does the American family system changed over the years or not?
probably has changed over the years, as especially as divorce has become more and more popular, I guess, more and more prevalent. Because then the obligation shifts. For example, if you're living with your spouse, you can share responsibilities of child raising perhaps a little more easily than if you're divorced from your spouse. Who has the kids this weekend? Who's doing what? It becomes more of a scheduling thing, I guess. So that, I think, has shifted the dynamic of family obligations, prevalence of divorce. Family sizes have probably changed too. At least I would guess, and I don't know, I'm sure there's statistics on it that I don't know, but I would guess that the family size has gotten smaller. People have fewer children now than they did maybe 50 years ago. And so that probably allows for more attention and value to be placed on fewer children or the spouse rather than lots of children.
Okay, we'll move to other question. Who is the first responsible about caring kids in American family? The mother or the father, and why?
I really think it's very much equal nowadays. You hear a lot about women who are mothers but also career holders. And you hear about stay-at-home dads. You know, it's not only stay-at-home moms that exist, they're also stay-at-home dads. I think that's been a big push in modern society and part of the feminism movement of the mother and the father share the responsibilities equally. I'm sure some people don't see it that way. I personally, in my personal opinion, see it as it is both the responsibility of the mother and the father equally.
Okay, Laura, thank you so much. I appreciate so much.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
And I'm sorry for take your time
No,
from your working.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And you have a beautiful answer, and you have a beautiful opinion. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you for coming to ask me. I'm flattered that you chose me to ask.
Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you so much. Bye.